all the updates on that developing crisis coming out of the Middle East. We now move over to South America for our next story, where in response to a wave of violent attacks, Colombia's defense minister, Pedro Sanchez, led an extraordinary meeting following drone strikes that downed a police helicopter, killing 13 officers. The incident, which took place during a cocoa crop eradication mission in Amalfi, Antigua, marks one of the most deadly assaults on security forces in recent years. Sanchez emphasized that Colombia has not entered into any ceasefire with armed groups for over 6 months, and there has been no cessation of offensive operations since May. That's what he stated, and reinforcing the government's continued military push against criminal factions. Let's listen in to what Colombia's Defense Minister, Pedro Sanchez, had to say on the issue.
No hay ningún cese al fuego con algún grupo criminal desde hace ya de más de 6 meses. No hay ningún cese de operaciones ofensivas desde mayo, que era toda la fuerza pública, toda la capacidad del Estado colombiano para neutralizar las amenazas. Y eso es más fácil si lo hacemos unidos todos, si lo hacemos unidos de la comunidad, a quienes les pido que nos suministren información para poder actuar y neutralizar anticipadamente las amenazas.
Okay, we are covering Colombia, where there has been a deadly assault on 13 police officers. The South American country has been rife, obviously, with violent crime for years now, with the government security forces struggling to get a hold on it. 13 police officers killed in this assault. Martin Sá Arias joins us now to discuss this further. Martin, there has been 13 officers killed in a drone strike that downed a police officer. Can you tell us a bit more about this situation that's happened in Colombia?
Unfortunately, in Colombia, the terror group called FARC has not been absolutely destroyed during the years. The background of this issue, these so-called revolutionary forces are trying to impact governmental decisions by causing chaos, killing people, and carrying out terror attacks. Even right now, where Colombia is being led by a left-wing government, this FARC extremist group is so extremist that they don't support any government that does not do whatever they want in their agenda. But specifically now, the president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, has declared this group a terror group, and they are going to work together with the Ministry of Defense to retaliate this horrible terror attack where 13 police officers were killed. And this is a new, unfortunately, in Colombia, this trend is coming back to the 80s, where Colombia had an internal war against cartels and against this type of terror groups, which is very concerning. And this is coming back in 2025.
Yeah, of course. Martin, I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about that. Colombia, some people obviously know it as the home of Pablo Escobar, has a very famous history of narcotic trafficking. What is the landscape like that for now? You said it's coming back in. Could you tell us a bit more about what's going on there?
Absolutely. Colombia, because of its strategic location, is the perfect place to deal with drug and narco dealing. We've seen a lot of cooperation with several narco cartels around Latin America. Also, Mexican cartels are involved. And Colombia is the perfect place to send cocaine to the rest of the world. So also because there has been a shift of government, right now we see that the current government of Colombia has been a little bit not so awakened in being strong against this type of terror groups. And right now they're waking up and they're trying to do their best to stop these groups to spread out. But right now we see that the situation, and not only in Colombia, but also in Ecuador or in other South American countries, is very critical because the narcos taking over states. They are infiltrating the government, they're infiltrating, they have cells, even in the police. I'm talking generally, not only in Colombia, but in general in South America. This is a huge problem. And yeah, in the specific case of Colombia, is still the best place to do drug dealing. And right now, the president Pedro is going to have a huge responsibility to retaliate and maybe even to have international cooperation. He has already said that he's open to have cooperation with the FBI within the case of the political candidate that was killed the last month. So hopefully this will be taken in consideration by the current government.
Martin Sá Arias, thank you very much for joining us. Pleasure to have you on the program.